and welcome to Quays News. I'm Katie Heath.
And I'm Johnny Kenwright. Here's what's coming up on the programme today. With over 6,700 rough sleepers on Manchester's streets, our reporter Cara went to see how one of the city's charities is running to raise money for homelessness.
100,000 nurses are expected to strike during the month of December due to a dispute over pay. It's the first action to be taken by the Royal College of Nursing's 106-year history.
And it was an intense night of football as Belgium and Germany were knocked out of the group stage.
And Elton John has been announced he is headlining Glastonbury in his farewell appearance to the UK.
With the Christmas countdown well and truly beginning and the weather getting colder, over 6,500 people are sleeping rough in Manchester.
A Bed Every Night has helped support 3,000 people and are pioneers for improved access to health and housing. Cara investigates.
Homelessness has always been an ever-growing issue within our cities. In Manchester, a staggering 6,780 adults and children live on the streets every day. Charities like the A Bed Every Night Homeless Charity Group aim to reduce this number by creating fundraisers and charity relay runs. The Manchester 24-hour run against homelessness is just one of many events. When visiting the fundraiser held at a local bar that had agreed to host a charity for 24 hours, I got to learn about the good work of those involved.
Got up A Bed Every Night as it was through the Greater Manchester Mayor's charity scheme, so we thought it was kind of the most official, best way to help people in Manchester as well. Without that support, there'll be a lot more people who'd be on the streets like right now. So A Bed Every Night are currently supporting 619 individuals between 21 organisations.
Thomas is one of the many people doing more for those on the streets. Speaking to another participant, Hannah West, she tells us why it matters to her.
To be part of it, yes. Yeah, I'm just so chuffed. You know, I think the people behind it have worked so hard to get it to where it is today. So yeah, every year, like we end up meeting somebody new and chatting the whole way round. So it's lovely.
Homelessness is now 8 times higher in Manchester since the coronavirus pandemic. I wanted to know more about what it's like living on the streets.
And then you get people like me who are homeless and we try finding ginnels. I got kicked out of so many construction sites the other night. It was unbelievable.
Manchester is just one of many cities trying to combat this problem. The A Bed Every Night Homeless Charity Group works tirelessly to try and see a decrease of homelessness on our streets. Cara Astick, Salford University.
On the 15th and 20th of December, up to 100,000 nursing staff are set to go on strike. This is the first strike in the Royal College of Nursing's 106-year history. Our reporter Sophie went to find out why these strikes are so important to nurses.
In the winter, the NHS is under more pressure than any other time of the year. Trafford General Hospital is one of those affected. 100,000 nurses are expected to strike up and down the country throughout the month of December.
So it will be a bad day for patients. I think it'll have a big impact on, hopefully not too much of an impact on emergency cases, but it'll have a big impact on outpatients and non-emergency stuff that they'll have to cancel. Like people who have like day appointments for surgeries and things like that, they'll all be probably cancelled so that everyone who isn't striking can support the emergency teams.
The strikes are set to be on Thursday the 15th of December and Tuesday the 20th of December, and they're anticipated to last about 12 hours each day.
I've come down today to Trafford General Hospital for an appointment. I've spent a fair bit of time in and out of hospitals in Greater Manchester, hearing about nurses striking for more pay is an absolute, it's a disgrace that it's actually come to this. They're very important people. And you spend a day or a day in hospital or a day with nurses and see how hard the work is and how hard they work and how, shocking at times the work is. It's a really, really tough gig, and I think they should be paid higher than anyone else. Am I in support of the strikes? Of course I am.
the job, particularly for nurses, has changed dramatically over the last sort of 50 years. A nursing job used to be a caring role, and now a lot of the stuff that the nurses do is borderline, you know, a medical responsibility. And so I think that quite a few of nurses are wanting to sort of say, actually, hang on, I need it to be recognised that my job role has significantly changed.
Showbiz news now, and the first headline for Glastonbury has been announced. Over to Lewis with what's going on.
Well, loads of showbiz news today. Elton John will headline the Pyramid Stage in his final UK gig next year at Glastonbury. The 75-year-old said, "There is no more fitting way to say goodbye to my British fans." So Elton is the first headliner to be announced for next year's Glastonbury Festival, with tickets already sold out. Other rumoured performers include Arctic Monkeys and also Taylor Swift. Also at Glastonbury next year, but returning closer to home, are Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, who have announced a special homecoming gig in Manchester next year. The comeback concert is scheduled for the 26th of August at Wythenshawe Park, marking their first show in 4 years. And finally, Bolton's finest comedian Peter Kay begins at the AO Arena in Manchester tonight. It's the first of 42 shows in Manchester for the 49-year-old. He said, "It's good to be back doing what I love best, stand-up comedy." That's all for the showbiz. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Lewis. Will you be getting tickets somewhere, Johnny?
Well, I've spent majority of the day today trying to get tickets for the weekend's tour. He's coming to Manchester next year, but they've all sold out, so I've not been able to get them. What about yourself? Are you going anywhere?
So next year I've got tickets for Mimi Webb in April, so I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that should be good. Not too long. But I did try and get some tickets for Peter Kay. His show's coming up. There's 2 in Manchester this weekend, but they were also sold out. But I quite like a festival in the summer. Are you going to any festivals?
No, I've actually not been to a festival before. But
have you not?
No, I haven't. So.
Well, there's some good ones in the northwest. There's Creamfields and Leeds. So
yeah,
if you
there's
can
a
get
lot
tickets,
going on. Yeah.
You should definitely give it a try. And now for sport with Tom. And Tom, there's been so much happening recently with the World Cup. Can you break it all down for us, what's been going on?
So cheers, Johnny. It was a night full of high drama last night, as Belgium and Germany have been knocked out of the World Cup at the group stage. Roberto Martinez's side leave the tournament with just one win in 3 matches. The display was lacklustre, to say the least. Substitute Romelu Lukaku had numerous chances in the second half, but failed to convert any of them. For Germany, though, it was a fight to the end, with a remarkable comeback. Only for lines would be changed, as Kai Havertz is made 2 clinical finishes to eradicate any hope of Costa Rica. And finally, England face Senegal this Sunday after finishing top of Group B by beating Wales 3-0 on Tuesday evening. The 3 Lions are the joint top scorers in the tournament so far, and with the big sides going out, people are starting to wonder if this year is it coming home.
And with Christmas just around the corner, it's suddenly very cold, isn't it, Johnny?
It definitely is. It definitely is, Katie. And it seems we've even had a visit from Jack Frost. Hannah, what's it looking like out there?
Thanks, Johnny and Katie. The weather is much colder now as we get into the countdown to Christmas, with temperatures as low as 2 degrees overnight. Weather won't be affecting the stunning Lightwave show here in Media City, which is showing until Sunday. I promise it looks much better at night time, so wrap up warm and come and see for yourselves. And with the England versus Senegal match on Sunday at 7 p.m, I'm sure the cold weather won't stop most people from visiting pubs. But if you plan to do this, make sure you wrap up warm, with pubs busier than ever, and you may be sat outside.
Well, the Lightwave show certainly does look good, doesn't it, Katie?
It really does. Actually, tomorrow night at 6 p.m, Quays Culture are offering a free public tour of the event. You can book your tickets free on Eventbrite.
I'll definitely get on that, Katie. Thanks for joining us today on Quays News.
We'll see you again in the new year. Goodbye for now.